3% of the people spend 3% of their income on...
I'm sorry, 3% of the people buy 3% of the food from local sources. How do you divide that?
Oh, and that's all?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah.
Well, obviously there's room for a lot more.
I guess I see this as a pendulum, and I'm wondering, from what you've seen, is the pendulum swinging away or
growing? Oh yes, the numbers are growing. I mean, the growth in farmers markets. The trend here is absolutely nationwide, everywhere. I like to say the old physics of for every action is equal opposite reaction. I like to think of every time a new Walmart goes in, 5 CSA start. I mean, that's actually what's happening. And so, from my perspective, every time there's another case, another food recall or whatever, our phone rings off the hook. I'm seeing just clamoring for this kind of food. Right now, there's just not enough of it being produced, and/or there are too many regulatory or marketing hurdles that preclude market access to this kind of food. The biggest one being meat and poultry and eggs and dairy. This $1 billion at the farmers markets is probably 95% fruits, nuts, and veggies. Because fruits, nuts, and veggies don't have all the regulatory oversight over that other things do. And so, 25% of the consumer dollar is, 50% of the consumer dollar is meat, poultry, and dairy. 25% is fruits, nuts, and veggies. 25% is dry goods like wheat, sugar, coffee, that sort of thing. So, with the current regulatory climate that we have, 50% of the consumer dollar is being extremely inadequately accessed due to burdensome bureaucratic, inane and insane capricious food systems. But with that being said, I think it's important to just point out that when you hear numbers are interesting because there are some growths that aren't good. Cancer is a growth. When I hear ads on TV saying, boy, where the most exciting growth potential is in job opportunities today? In criminal justice. That's not something as a culture to be happy about, is it? We ought to be repenting in sackcloth and ashes when we hear statistics like that. So, all the growth that you hear is not always good. Yes?
This isn't exactly a question. It's kind of an announcement, or it is an announcement. I live in Bremerton, just over there. I have 5 hens. I have to get rid of them. But because of all of the laws and their livestock, I want to have every single one of you that are interested, not just all of you, go to City Council with me, and we need to change this ordinance. I've been to City Council by myself. I've had a couple of people, but I need a lot more. I'm going to sign up with KCAA, so my information will be there, or talk to me later, and thank you so much.
One thing that you can all do to show signs of the times is, if you're familiar with the Weston A. Price Foundation, they have begun the Farmer to Consumer Legal Defense Fund, modeled 100% after the homeschool legal defense fund that won freedom for America's families to be able to homeschool their children. That absolutely was what saved homeschooling in the United States, was the Homeschool Legal Defense Fund, where when the officials came to arrest you for truancy violations, you could call up and get legal counseling in real time on the telephone. The Farmer to Consumer Legal Defense Fund is available. Everybody should join it because it is the group that's taking these kinds of cases, and they're willing to argue your case as a constitutional avenue. And I'll tell you, it's very satisfying to know that in real time, when the bureaucrat shows up, I can call an attorney and get real-time counsel and get representation on these issues. So, Farmer Consumer Legal Defense Fund, it's a wonderful thing, and we've already used it because we signed up immediately when it started, and wouldn't you know, about 3 weeks later, I got a letter from the Organic Programs Surveillance Compliance Committee accusing us of illegality. It's not the first time I've been accused of illegality. Because on our website, we say our farm is beyond organic. And they said, because we use the word organic, we are illegal from the organic compliance. So I just turned the paperwork over to the Farmer and Consumer Legal Defense Fund, and end the problem. So it's just wonderful.
Okay, last one.
Maybe one more.
Hey.
Yeah.
What are my chances of an internship at Polyface? My bags are packed.
We do two 1 week checkouts a year. Watch our website for the next opening week, and then contact us.
Okay.
Our website's Polyface Farms.
I know it. A better question is, are there other resources for other people that are instituting things like multi-species grazing systems, models, friends, farmers of yours that you know? Because I imagine you're probably pretty popular at this point.
Yeah, we certainly don't take everyone that asks. Well, we just can't. We run an army. Here's what I'll say about that. I'm not a matchmaker. Okay, I tried that a little bit, and it's not been very gratifying. Because usually what happens is one party or the other becomes a non-fit for the other party, and then the matchmaker's a bad guy. So matchmaking is not my thing. What I will say is that if you have an interest in something, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear. So my question is always, what are you doing today? There are sustainable agricultural organizations. There's the Kitsap County organization here. I'm sure that if you took your deer rifle out and shot your television with it, you would have time to work with a local farmer of your choosing.
I just want to say really quick that there are wonderful opportunities for you to do an internship with great farmers right here in Kitsap County. And I'd be happy to help make some of those connections for you. I'll get you my card.
We just made this tonight. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. May all of your cows be bred. May all of your tomatoes set fruit under all those leaves. And may your farm be profitable. May your air be clean. May the rains fall softly on your fields. And may you elect leaders who will love their land.